what we can understand by reviewing the karma that we're carrying, the lessons we're carrying from past lives, it can help us to release guilt. It can help us to understand our past behavior, and through that lens, then understand our current behavior or, propensities, and help us to understand any incomplete lessons that we can consciously complete in this life. You see, we create this life, the blueprint of this life, from the karma and the experiences of the soul, in the same way that we create in this life, making plans for this life from the experiences of this life. It's all the same. We just are expanding to the metaphysical, including the eternal nature of the being. Welcome to the Charmed Life YouTube channel. This channel is all about magic, mysticism, metaphysics, and the unconditional love of the universe. And I am Tricia Carr. I'm your host here. I'm a spiritual teacher, an empathic channel and medium, and I'm an animal and nature telepath. And also what comes into play in this particular video is that I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm also an ordained metaphysical minister, and that just kind of plays into this whole topic of this particular video. And so if you do enjoy this video, I would love to invite you to like, subscribe, share it with someone else, share it with your friends, and do please click the bell so that you can get notifications when I release another video. I'm also on Instagram, I should tell you that, so do follow me there for some more juicy spiritual content. What you can learn in general from past lives. Oh my goodness, because this topic has all to do with past lives. And, past lives are really just the memories and experiences that we draw from, in the same way that we draw from memories and experiences in this life. But what we can understand about reviewing some of that content that we have in the past life or the soul history, unconscious memories from those past lives, any past life afflictions, and such as an injury. This is something that comes up in animals' lives too. When I'm doing animal communication, an animal could bring some kind of stamp or tribute even to an injury or an affliction from a past life. Just as a slight side note, just out of interest, there was this one dog that I connected with, and he was telling his human how in a past life together, he was a canine and the person was a person who was a hunter, and that the dog, the canine, got stuck in a bear trap and lost his leg, and that losing that particular dog, losing that relationship at what time it did, it was a great karmic lesson for both the human and the canine. And then in this life, it was teaching them about balance. It continued this balance lesson, and the dog was born without a foot. And it didn't even dawn on me until after the dog had told the story that the dog had no foot. Anyway, that's just a really cool example about what we can learn about either our own past life or our shared lives with others, be they animal or human. So certain injuries or afflictions that we are still carrying through, either something for us to grow past or just to embrace as a part of a continued karmic lesson. And also things like fears that actually show up from a past life. And those could also be something that we grow past or something that we embrace as continued resource for this life. By the way, a fear as opposed to a phobia, a fear is something that has a known cause. A phobia is irrational. There's no triggering event or memory that started this particular aversion to an activity. And so what's really cool about being able to resource your past lives is that something that may have been categorized by a therapist as a phobia can be then categorized as a fear, meaning we review the original event and then we see what there is to learn from it so that perhaps we could move past it. So the past life fears, like drowning or something along those lines, could be something that is from a way that you actually passed in a previous life, and now it's time for you to release it. Something else, just in general from past lives, it's just our karma. And that karma can be helpful, useful. I talk about it a lot. Karma is an opportunity to learn. It's actually the mechanism through which we are creating the benefits from these incarnated lives. Okay, so that's what we can learn in general from past lives, and there's so much more, but that's just an overview. Okay, in conclusion, there is just so much that we can learn from past lives. I mean, it's just like reviewing your life, but it's resourcing your soul's history, and it's fantastic. By the way, as I said, we have the companions to this, the podcast on soul contracts. And I mentioned that if you want a guide track, you can review your soul contracts. You can check in the description. There's a download link for my meditative journey called Soul Contract Review. trance meditation. And you can use this, I think, to prime yourself to look at past life vows too. And of course, there's that podcast. In the next video that's coming up, we will be going deep into past life oaths and covenants that I mentioned at the beginning. We're going to see what those look like. And remember, do please check out my Mystic Arts Academy. I do workshops here twice monthly where you're directly interacting with me on Zoom on subjects like this and so much more. I also hold sacred circles where I am doing reading, healing, and channeling sessions, channeling different entities and collectives. And I'm also leading group meditations there. It is a beautiful community if you subscribe, or you can drop in for a workshop. And so that's what I have for you today. Thanks for tuning in. I love you, whoever you are.